I agree. I'm gonna pull this up,
Yeah,
and
do
just to
it.
preface, like you said, we didn't just take the USC bias. Like we hopped in the call, we sat down and grinded out. Okay,
Hmm.
who are the top 10 teams in the country?
Yeah, and this, I take pride in in top tens. I did them last year. Um, this is just to preface what I said earlier. I think all the way down to Utah in the honorable mentions, so include Washington State in that. I think 12 deep, even Duke is pretty good. I won't quite put them into that caliber of 12 unless if they beat Notre Dame, they might go right
Yeah,
into the top 10.
yeah,
But I think that those 12 and up, notice I'm not putting Alabama in there. I don't think they've shown me enough yet. They're right around that 13, 14, 15 range. So they can definitely play themselves back into an SEC championship game, and you beat Georgia. You never know what can happen. But from 12 up, if someone came in here and said, I think Michigan should be 2 and Texas should be 1 and Penn State should, like, I wouldn't really budge with you that much because it's like they're
yeah,
all undefeated except Notre Dame. More people punish Notre Dame for a loss than I did because I do think both of those teams are top 10 teams. So
yeah.
why should a 3-point loss? Granted, if you want to, do the whole they had 10 men on the field, that's unacceptable. Cool.
We
But
gave them an award
the
already.
players
So
on the field that played, they're a top 10 worthy team out there for sure. So,
yeah,
I mean, we can work down from up. Honorable mentions, obviously Washington State, Utah, Duke. I think Duke is underrated in the AP poll. I think Washington State's underrated. I think Utah, people have Utah a little higher than I do. A lot of people have them fringe 8, 9, 10. I just think that until I see Cam Rising play and play well post injury, I can't really put him in there yet. Defense is great, 100%, but so is Penn State, so is Michigan, so is Georgia's for the most part. Like, there's some good defenses, so they just haven't shown anything on offense to be able to, like, warrant a top 10. Notre Dame at 10, I think they're good. I think this is the best Notre Dame team. I think it's better than the Manti Te'o team that got smacked by Bama because they have a quarterback. Hartman looks good. He can
yeah.
do
He's a
enough.
dog.
Yeah, he's good. And this Ohio State team is good. So obviously you don't want to lose at home. But if Notre Dame wins out, there's a case to be made that they can be in the playoff. I think it's a little tougher now that they have an Ohio State loss on the resume, where if we get
Yeah,
into little tiebreakers, Ohio State's 11-1, Notre Dame's 11-1, they might get the boot just because of that loss. But I
yeah.
still think they're worthy of being in there. Oregon just beat the piss out of Colorado. Pretty much all you can say. Like, not much more you can even add. Like, that's just like that's all it was. Better. But the only reason why I don't have them higher is um, I don't forget that Texas Tech game from a couple weeks ago. They almost lost. Like, they did not look
Yeah,
good. They gave up 30 points to Texas Tech, a team who's
they're
average
not
at
great.
best. They're okay.
Yeah,
Um, I do think their offense is really good. Their test, will eventually be when they got to play the Washingtons and um,
even Oregon State
they play
could be a
Oregon
good test for
State,
them.
and I'm pretty sure no, not SC.
I don't think they
Yes,
play
SC. No, they
SC.
do because SC doesn't play Oregon State. So they play Oregon.
Ew.
In Oregon.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a November 11th game.
Yeah, so that'll be a
Okay.
good game. Obviously I have Florida State at 8. We kind of went back and forth on where to put them. Me and you both don't really.
We're not buying it. I
I'm
just
not
they're
buying it. Like,
good.
cool win against LSU. I never thought LSU was that good to begin the year. Everybody had them top 5. I was never on that hype train. I think Jaden Daniels is good. I don't think he's
It's not
otherworldly or
great.
even elite, is what people were saying. They were saying Heisman candidate.
Yeah,
He
that was
went
a
to
little high.
ASU, bro. Like, there's only so much you can get. Like,
Yeah,
and then should have probably lost to Boston College. They also got outgained in that Boston College game by over 100 yards.
you do have
So
to
two
factor in though that is the bandana game. So that
Boston College
bandana
was
game, man.
definitely fired up for sure,
Yeah,
but I haven't seen Washington or USC or
yeah.
Penn State or Michigan just like actually struggle to the wire with the team yet.
No,
So there you go. I've seen Georgia struggle as much, and we can jump to them at 7. most people you're going to see are just going to throw them at one because they won the past 2 championships. I don't care what you did the past 2 years. I'm watching the team on the field right now, and they haven't shown me anything to say they should be number one, let alone top
Like
three,
top
top
five.
five. I mean, if someone put them 5 or 4, I could, okay, sure, they have a good defense, but like everyone wants to say, wow, SC gave up 28 points to Arizona State. They gave up 21 points to UAB. So what are we really saying? Why would SC get punished, but Georgia just gets to stay at number one when they kind of sleepwalk until they have to play a tough game, like at the second to last game of the year? So I'm still not sold on their offense. I'm still not sold on their quarterback. They were down to South Carolina. I do think their defense is good, but until they play a game against a good team, they just haven't done anything to deserve being one, let alone top three. Or that's why I just have them at 7. I think all the other teams
Yeah.
above have at least shown me a level that is better than what Georgia has shown. So Michigan at 6, another could be controversial. A lot of people like, Michigan at 2 just because they were so good last year and whatever. Like, kind of,
I
I
mean,
don't know if you watched that Illinois game they played, just kind of a
well, and
like,
then you could kind of look, wasn't Rutgers, they were only up by a touchdown, I think, going in the fourth, and then they exploded and
yeah,
had a great
Rutgers was up
offensive
7-zip
performance.
quick in the first quarter, but like I think they're good. I don't know. I'm not still not convinced on JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I
But
got a lot of questions with
like
him.
I don't know. What if they like you shut out Iowa? Who cares? Or no, that was Penn State.
That
Sorry,
was
I'm
Penn
getting
State,
my
yeah,
teams.
Penn State.
We'll get to them next. But like Michigan probably would have done the same thing. But like
Yeah.
they were up. It was 7-6 in the second quarter against Bowling Green. Like
Oh
you would
no.
never see that from a SC or a Washington or like like not gonna happen. So when we get into the top 5, Penn State. I I have Ohio State, obviously, you could see ahead of Penn State, but I think Penn State is better than Ohio State and better than Michigan. I think
Okay.
they are. Like I think when they are going to play one of these teams white out, fans will be rocking. I just think their defense is much more consistent. I think teams are underrating Penn State. I think they've been building to try and beat Ohio State and Michigan, and I think this could be the year that they do it. I don't know what you think.
That's a I think that's a lot to ask. I do agree. I think Penn State right now is better than Michigan
Hmm.
and Ohio State. I will agree with that. Just thinking quarterback wise, to me, college football comes down to your quarterback.
Yeah,
I see more consistent quarterback play from Penn State. Granted, they haven't really played. I
they
mean,
haven't. Yeah,
Virginia, Delaware, Illinois, but you did shut out Iowa. You put 31 up on a good defense. I would say
yeah.
Iowa, good defense, just no offense.
Yeah, they jeez.
But
No offense is selling them short.
so we have they're going to be at Ohio State, and we get
Yeah.
that the end of October, so we'll get that question answered.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm just not buying all the Ohio State hype just because they're Ohio State. Like, I
Yeah.
think you have one of the best receivers in the country, but I don't think your quarterback is going to be able to get him the ball when he needs
Yeah.
because he
Get
made the
them over
throws
the
he needed.
edge. Yeah.
Yeah, he made the throws he needed against Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's got a great defense. I think Penn State's is better. So I think Penn State, like you're saying, will be better in the Big Ten. I just
Hmm.
don't know that they're going to beat both Ohio State and
It's a tough
Michigan.
It's a tall task for sure. 100%.
I'll be interested to
Um.
see how they do against Ohio State, and then I can kind of
Yeah, that'll
evaluate
be
that.
like they're kind of. I'm looking at their schedule too. At Northwestern, easy win,
Yeah,
and then they're playing UMass.
Massachusetts.
Like
I
they're
mean,
playing the
jeez,
Minutemen. Like that game might be over in a minute, man. Like come on now.
what?
Whoa, I'm putting bars out here into the world.
Hey
But
yo,
yeah, I mean we can we'll go up to Texas at 4. Um, people might look at me and say, "Well, you like Texas's win over Alabama more than Florida State's win over LSU?" And yes, I do.
yeah,
Okay, they beat. Now, granted, they did beat Clemson at Clemson. It's always a tough game, no matter what Clemson's ranked. But they still probably should have lost, and they're getting outgained. Like we mentioned before, they're just not. They can't run the ball. They're limited. Texas, the height of what I've seen from Texas is higher than the height I've seen from Florida State. Even the great second half they had against LSU, I never thought LSU was that good, so I didn't take too much with it. One thing I do know, I think Bama's defense is still good,
Yeah.
and Texas did really well against it. Now the next week they sleptwalked and were tied 10-10 with Wyoming in the fourth quarter, but from 4 to like 7, this Texas, Penn State, Michigan, Georgia, you could go like you could really go a lot of ways. I just value a win at Bama, no matter what Bama they throw out there. That's a tough place to play. Saban's always going to have the boys locked in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that a little more than a neutral site win over LSU. Sue me.
Not really.
No, I mean, please don't.
Please.
But I don't have that much money.
You won't get much, but I mean, you can try.
No, you could try. You could give it a shot.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, honestly, I would say, Zach, I would probably argue to try to put Texas over Ohio State
okay.
because I think
I could see it.
that Bama win. I can't get over the fact that Ohio State, and I get you don't make the coach's decision for him, but to win that game when the coach only put 10 guys out on the
Yeah,
field,
it
you
leaves
got to
like a
wonder.
sour taste almost. Like
Yeah.
it just almost feels like you didn't beat them legit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still think they have the best win.
Yes.
You going
100%.
into Notre Dame and winning.
Yeah.
It is that
In front
is
of touchdown
still
Jesus. That's
that is still a tough place to play. So I
Yeah.
gotta. That's the only reason why I don't think they're that good. I could put them as low as 7 or 8 really, but I'm gonna value great
that win.
wins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, and that's where they're at 3. We kind of talked about them a lot because they were game of the weekend, them and Notre Dame.
Yep.
But yeah, and then no surprise, maybe surprise, I don't know. We got a Big 2 Pac-12 at the top, and see, we're not just straight homers, and gonna put SC number 1. They've struggled at times. There's
Yeah.
definite concerns, tackling, the secondary, whatever. But
Snaps.
for me, I'm always going to take a great offense in college football over a great defense. This isn't Bama 2010, 2012. You're not winning games 17-10, 21-14. It's not going to happen. You cannot stop these offenses. You have to be able to put up points. And I know for a fact USC will put up points because they have the best player in college football on their team. So that's always going to rank higher for me. That's why I'm going to put them over a Georgia and a Michigan and a Penn State. But until those teams show me that they can go out there and just ball out and put up points, I just don't think any other offense, even Washington, and we have Washington ahead, I still don't even think Washington has the offense that USC can at their maximum. And I think we kind of saw that against Stanford. They just run the ball. They run the ball really well. And they have more playmakers. Washington has 3 great receivers. USC maybe not
Like
at the
7.
top end. Like maybe Washington's top 2 are like a better 2, but 1 through 8 SC can get the ball and make somebody miss and go score, which just kind of sets them apart. You're always getting a fresh guy in front of you if you're a defense. You're just never like, these guys are fatigued, we're fatigued. It's like, no, we'll just roll a new 4 in there and they'll just be lights out.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I got to echo the same sentiment. I mean, USC, I think we knocked them down to number 2 just because we saw those struggles in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't.
Yep.
I mean, we like to make fun of it, but man, I can't have my quarterback getting hit in the nuts with a snap like that.
Yeah.
That can't.
We need to shore that up.
We need to shore that up. But you see the playmakers, like you're saying. You could throw a little swing route to Zachariah Branch, and the guy's gone for 95 yards.
Over, yeah.
Or you could throw it 50 yards over to Michael Jackson the third. We could hit Brendan Rice over the middle. I mean, there's Sting. I think it's Stingley, right? Singer,
yeah.
Singer. And you just got all these different weapons. Yep. But until they put that together, I'm going to give Washington the nod because, you did beat Cal and you beat Michigan State, which, their coach is going through a little.
Yeah, he would have been Stooge of the week like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
He would have. But you know what? I think Marcus Freeman's a better candidate for us. He can hold that trophy with pride. But when you look through here, they put up 56 against Boise. Tulsa 43, Michigan State 41, and then Cal 59. I mean, they're just consistent offensively.
And even the Cal game, like everyone's like, oh, Cal scored 30. If you watch a game, we sat there, we watched both the Washington game and the USC game at the same time. We watched from start to finish.
Yep.
It was 40. I don't even know what it was at half. It was 52-12 at one point. Like,
yeah, I think it was 41 to like 7.
Yeah, like the only reason Cal started scoring is they were scoring on second, third, and fourth stringers. Let's just make that very clear for anyone that says their defense sucks. It might not be to the level that you'd see with a Penn State or a Michigan or an Ohio State. It's good enough. I'd say it's a little better than SC's. In the secondary, for sure. Maybe not the starting front four, but they got guys. And the reason why we kind of tick them above is they haven't even been remotely in any type of game. Like SC kind of getting to the end of the third, it was a little weird with Arizona State. They kind of traded scores with San Jose State. Wasn't it like 14-14 or 21-14 and a half? It was kind of like
14 and a half, I think.
A weird close game. Washington, nope. Just blitzing people. Just like you're getting slaughtered. So they're the best team I've seen with my own two eyes. And I think that's great for the Pac-12. Like I honestly think if you lined Washington and USC up right now, it would be an insane game, and they will be matching up at some point. But I'm just hoping that they can both somehow be undefeated. That would be an absolutely insane game that I might have to venture to. That would be November 4th.
I might have to splurge into my my pocketbook to get some tickets for that one as well. But just looking into the Washington schedule this week, they go to Arizona. Sorry to my Arizona folks, that should be a snooze fest. I mean,
sorry to the Della boys.
Sorry boys. How to do it.
Gonna be bad. Unless Delora has a master class like he did against UCLA last year. I'm not gonna
You'll see him at the bar. That's where you'll see him. You'll see him taking shots.
Yeah, you'll see him at Frog and Firkin.
There you go. And then the next week, though, you got Oregon coming to town for Washington. So we will get these questions answered. We'll have our number 1 versus number 9.
There we go.
And then
look at that end of the season. Those last 4 games. Man. That is absurd. At SC, home against Utah, at Oregon State, home against Washington State. Like, if you go 4-0, you might just give them the chip right now. Like, that's just, I don't even know how you don't drop a game. Which is, I hope that the Pac-12 doesn't just eat itself alive.
Conference,
I'm hoping someone can at least come out of the championship with a 1 loss. That would be great. Because then if you have a 1-loss conference champion from the Pac-12, they have to be in with the amount of competition there is. There's no way there can't be.
100%. And I think it might also get factored into the committee. This is the last year of the Pac-12. Like,
let's give them something.
Let's try to put all the marketing dollars into this. Like,
give the dogs a bone. No pun intended, man. Like,
shit. All right, we just covered our top 10, and you can let us know down in the comments whether you agree, disagree. We're open to discussions.
Tell me why I'm wrong, because I probably
if you call us a big dumb dipshit, at least let us know why. You know what I mean? Like,
don't just say, okay, this guy's an idiot. Tell me why. What do you want me to put? Duke at number 1? Like, I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy man. This isn't basketball.
No, not doing that.